Hello darlings and welcome to Chateaux Fabulous, and you are in for a spoil. I am making a traditional South African Malva pudding today. Michael's best friend is coming to visit from London and I thought he needs to taste that because it is so fabulous and so divine that once you taste this pudding you wouldn't want anything else in this world. And it is so simple and so easy to make. I'll show you how to do it. But make sure you are hydrated. So what you're going to need to make a beautiful South African Malva pudding is the following. You're going to need apricot jam, an egg, cream, bicarb of soda, milk, sugar, flour, which is local, some salt, butter of course, real butter, a mixing bowl, a bowl to bake your pudding in, of course an egg beater. This egg beater I think is older than Queen Victoria. I think it's German. I think that's why it lasts so long. You know, these cheap and nasty new ones that are from China, they don't last. But this one has been going for 40 years. But anyway, so we're going to start. Darlings, for the ones that know me, know that I'm a rebel and I'm fabulous and I don't like to use a recipe. If I see a beautiful picture and I want to cook that steak or cook that Mediterranean meal, I do it. But when you bake, unfortunately, you have to be disciplined and you have to follow the recipe, because otherwise if you don't, you can't just look at the picture and go ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching. It doesn't work. Your cake is going to be flat or tasteless or just horrible. So in this case, I have a beautiful recipe. I've baked lots of Malva puddings in my life and they're all good. But this one I find is the most fabulous, and I even twerk it a little bit to make it even more fabulous. You see, no rules, but you need to try it first. And this recipe is from my sister-in-law Karen, which is absolutely to die for, and I'm happy to share it at the end somewhere in writing, or Michael can do it. But anyway, let's get started. Okay, so firstly you are going to need God, these China things are so small. I need glasses. You're going to need 3 tablespoons of butter. So this butter is it's real butter from England, and I'm just gonna squeeze it in there. Okay, that's one. I know cooking is baking is a science, and you kind of need to do it as close as possible. But I don't think a little bit of here and there would make a difference. It's just for good luck. So that one is just for good luck. So it's 3 of those. Just get it in there. All right. Okay, so what you do is you take 3 tablespoons of butter, and then you take 250 milliliters of sugar, which is a cup. Can you believe it? Now there's these little plastic jobbies for people that haven't baked in their life, and then you can just pour in some sugar. We do love sugar. Oh, it's a little bit more. A little bit of sugar. Okay. All right, so it says that you need to stir it, the sugar and the butter together. So I'm just going to like whisk it with my little whiskey thingy, just to get it together and make sure that it blends and get married and be happy. Oh, come on, it's stuck. But anyway, so just having fun. And remember to keep hydrated. I should have defrosted the butter a little bit more. But anyway, it's alright because I am stirring it now with a spoon, because the butter gets cooked in my whisk. And nobody wants to get butter cooked in their whisk. Alright.
What does cooked mean? Cooked.
It's tangled. That's the word for it. Tangled. So that's all tangled. It's not from frozen. All right, so then you can see that's kind of stirred. In Afrikaans they say roer. Roer is stirring it, which is such a beautiful word. And they use that word for lots of other things as well. But yeah, so that is kind of stirred in there now. So then they say, klits eier, koeksoda en konfytpyn, which means now I need to use my Queen Victoria egg beater. And I am going to beat that in let me just have a look. Koeksoda, which is bicarb of soda, an egg, and the jam. So put the egg in, ta-da, and then we need two. Let me just quickly clean my spoon. So now I've got a clean spoonie. It's 50 milliliters, so it's 1 tablespoon. And the recipe says that we need two of these spoons of apricot jam. So we'll just put it in there. You know, I always say I like to shop local, and I do. And I know most of my things are from Asda, but Asda is local. And Asda is cheap, that's why I like to shop there. If I can't find the things I'm looking for at my local butcher, or my local dairy, or my local baker, or what you may call it, then I shop at Asda, because I save money, and then I can buy better wine, you know. But anyway, so you'll see most of my things are from Asda. And this is apricot jam from Asda. I couldn't find anything local, you know, we're in quarantine. Okay, and then let me just make sure I've got everything right. So it says klits eiers, koeksoda en konfytpyn. So, koeksoda is the 5 milli. That is this one. Just 1 teaspoon of bicarb of soda. Because you need something to make it rise, darling, you know. It's not Elton John or Jesus Christ. It doesn't rise by itself. So you need something to make it rise. But anyway. Alright. And now, I'm just going to... I don't want to waste that sugar that's there. Or the butter. I'm just going to scrape it off. And now we can beat it. Ta-da! Beat it all together, like so. Okay, so there you can see that I am using my Queen Victoria blender, or egg beater, and joppy, which is really great. And they say you should do this for like 5 minutes to make sure that the sugar and the jam and bicarb of soda and the egg, they all married each other very, very beautifully. So that's all really lovely, and then you can see it's quite nicely mixed in there. Alright, God, that thing makes a noise. Then you take a cup of flour, 250 milliliters of cake flour, and you are just gonna sift it into your butter and sugar mixture. The reason why you always sift the flour is to give it fabulousness, lightness, flavor, you know, and also there's always some chochomalongos that you don't want in there that you keep outside of it. Alright, so then it says you should just gently stir that in because we're not beating it anymore, so we just roer it. This is roer, a stir in Afrikaans, and so we're just stirring the mixture and make sure that it blends in beautifully. Okay, all right. I need a little bit of a sip just to make sure that I'm inspired correctly for making a beautiful Malva pudding. Okay, so our next step, what the recipe says is voeg melk geleidelijk bij en roer tot beslag glad is, which means gently or in stages put the milk mixture into the dough beslag, that thing.
Cake mixture.
The cake mixture, that's what I'm looking for. But what I do is, the recipe says to use 250 milliliters of milk, which is a cup of milk. But I cheat a little bit to make it even more fabulous. I take half a cup of milk and half a cup of cream, and I gently put it in, stir it in. So, I'm going to do that quickly, just gently. And you can see there that my mixture is nice and stiff there. That's how you want it. We like things to be nice and stiff, darling. Okay, so this says just gently, a little bit. Then we're going to stir it. They said stir. Don't use Victoria's beater. Just stir it in gently to make it soft. Soft and gentle and fluffy. Okay, so that's already a little bit better. So put a little bit more in there. Oh God, darlings, you know what? I forgot something. Even when you bake a cake, you need a pinch of salt. Just a little bit. It just makes it more fabulous. But anyway, so just stir it slightly and stir it more. Get that in there to absorb. Oh, just look at that. It's beautiful. And let's finish the rest of the milk. And I'm going to put the cream in just now as well. Do the same thing. So it's half a cup of milk and half a cup of full cream, full fat cream. All right. Okay.
Do you get low fat cream?
It's a double cream. They call it
double cream.
Double cream. Okay. So, oh, I love cream. Love cooking with butter and cream. Just look at that. Oh my God.
And aromat.
Oh, an aromat. Don't put aromat in your Malva pudding. You will die. Oh, look at that. That is just amazing. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, there you can see how beautiful and soft my my mixture is. Sorry, my recipes in Afrikaans, so I forget what the words are. Then it says, oh, we are done. So all I'm going to need to do now is take a piece of butter paper, and it says you should grease your little pan that you're going to use, or your I'm using a Pyrex dish, just to get the I like using my hands. It's much better. Nothing like getting your hands into things. It's not always about being posh. No one sees what you do in the kitchen. And I do wash my hands, of course. So it is clean. And just love it. Love what you do. Just rub it in there. It's going to be fabulous. Okay. Alright. Just going to wash my hands to complete the mixture. Ladies and gentlemen, so our dish has been greased with butter, and there you can see, and I'm just clearing off the mixture there from a spoon, and then I'm gonna put in the mixture into our greased dish, and then it's going into the oven. They say for 45 minutes or an hour, or when you put in a fork into your cake and it comes out dry, then it's ready. So that's what we'll do. And it should be a preheated oven. I haven't switch my oven on yet because it sounds like a bulldozer. And then you can't hear me talk, so I'll switch it on shortly. And then it will go in the oven, and then we're going to make the syrup for the pudding. Ladies and gentlemen, we have put our mixture into the dish, and I'm going to put a lid on, and then I'm going to put on my oven. What should it be on again, you said? 4. So it's 180 degrees, my gas oven, or setting 4. Should be preheated, so that can just wait there for 5 minutes while the oven preheat. Then I'll switch it in, and then shortly we're going to make the syrup, because when the hot pudding comes out of the oven, you immediately pour the syrup over, which is amazing. Ladies and gentlemen, my oven is preheated now, and like I said, it sounds like a bulldozer. You can hear it. So I'm just going to put our Malva pudding pot in there, and it should go in there for 45 minutes to an hour. You can just check it. We'll have a look and see how it progresses, and put in our little testing pin, and it must be dry. Okay. I am going to show you quickly how to prepare the sauce for the Malva pudding. Thank God I have Michael, because I don't know if you saw what a mess it was. I'm a messy cook, and he always cleans. I'm so grateful for that. Alright, so what you need is 250 milliliters of cream. You're going to need 125 grams, which is half a cup of butter. You're going to need 250 grams of sugar, which is a cup, and half a cup of water. And, oh, we don't need milk. I'll be damned. But anyway, alright, so I'm going to look how fabulous this is. And even in England, they do these little markings on the butter. So it's 5, 10, like 125 mil. So it should be about there. So just cut that. And oh, nothing like feeling the texture of butter on your hands. I'm going to put that in our pan, and then we're going to take sugar, a cup of sugar, which is this one here. So I'll just measure it there. If you're diabetic, rather don't have this pudding, because you'll have a sugar overload. And if you've got an insulin, then just do it. But anyway, and then 250 milliliters of cream. So this is really decadent. Oh, look at that. Ta-da! Oh, let that just drip out there, darlings. And then water. Just not to drink, because there's enough water in the wine to drink. Water is just to lubricate the butter. And then I will I'll switch the stove on shortly, and then this needs to cook for 3 minutes. So just make sure that your timing is good and right, that you cook this for 3 minutes, and when the pudding comes out, it's cooked for 3 minutes and it's hot and ready and dissolved, and you pour it over your pudding coming out. I'll show you soon. Okay, so I am still busy making the sauce for the Malva pudding, and there you can see it's the cream, butter, sugar and water mixture. That's just melting, and you can just stir it, make sure that it melts, and remember it should boil for 3 minutes just before the Malva pudding comes out. Darlings, so it is 45 minutes later. Feels like 3 hours, but anyway, come look. My sauce is boiling. It should boil for 3 minutes. It just started boiling now. Obviously, it's cream, sugar, butter, and a little bit of water. And let's check our Malva pudding. And it should be kind of ready. Let's see if our cake is dry. Oh, yeah, that is perfect. It is ready to come out of the oven. Okay, so I'm just gonna lift it there, and if you could smell what I smell now, you would be so happy. All right, That should pretty much do. I think that's 3 minutes. Okay, now darlings, what you do when it comes out of the oven, and this is boiled for 3 minutes, you pour all this sauce over this pudding. Like so. Just gently, gently. You don't want to make a big hole in your cake. Cake shouldn't have a hole. Oh, look at that. It's amazing. And you're going to tell me, but look, it's a soup. It's not a soup, it's a pudding. And it will absorb all that nice juices. All right, okay. Ladies and gentlemen, have a look at that. Oh, that is amazing. Look how, oh, it smells amazing. Let me tell you quickly about Malva pudding. While that is just absorbing the sauce, I quickly want to tell you that if you are don't have the confidence to bake this pudding yet, but you want to go try it first, do yourself a favor. If you are in London or in the London area, take the tube or take the bus or take the ferry. I don't care what you take, but just get to St. Paul's Cathedral, and where the Millennium Bridge thingy-majig says, you just go down there and go and Google High Timber Restaurant. My friend Naleen is the owner of High Timber Restaurant. It is amazing. She makes the best Malva pudding in London. I don't know if it's better than mine, but in London it's by far the best. And she sells South African cuisine. She's got a wine cellar there with the best South African wine, which is really just to die for, and even Bolton. So go and support her. It's called High Timber. Go try her Malva pudding and then bake mine, and then you decide which one is better. This is probably half an hour now after the pudding came out of the oven. When you serve the pudding, make sure that you serve it hot. Look, I can even touch it with my hands. I can lift the lid. Now you can see that that beautiful butter and sauce and juice has been absorbed, and it's ready to be served. And we're just waiting for our friend to arrive from London, and we're going to have a beautiful dinner that I made, and then we're going to enjoy the Malva pudding as dessert. And the best way to enjoy a Malva pudding is with ice cream. Salted caramel ice cream or vanilla, it's amazing, or a little bit of custard, or just cream. It depends how you want to serve it. The dinner I made tonight is a creamy chicken pie, so I shall see how we're going to serve it.